my friends. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna dare to go there where few people dare to go. Ooh, ah. And I had a fabulous conversation about sex. Taxpayer subsidized sex services for people with disabilities. Yes, I'm all for it. The Dill Pickle, so you can search the Dill Pickle Substack. I will also put a link to give you a sense of like what am I writing about in this. So it's like sex, love, and Parkinson's. Here's one of my other essay titles. Can I be sexy with dystonia crawling to the toilet? The sex talk. Our primary sex life is with ourselves. And I write about sex, love, and Parkinson's. And so like, kind of like a Dear Abby, but like for people with Parkinson's. My desire for sex is through the roof. Why I don't blame my Parkinson's medications. I'm also working on a book. I'm very serious about my writing, and you know, if you would consider subscribing to for a show of support, I would be so appreciated. And then you can, there's free subscriptions and there is a paid subscription. It's like $8 a month, which would mean, it means a lot. And yeah, it would be appreciated if you consider supporting this work, because these are challenging conversations to have openly and honestly. Hello, my friends. Okay, two quick mentions before I get into the topic of the right to have sex care. On, I think, July 31st, it's right around the corner, I was invited about 2 months ago to speak with Kat Hill and Heather Kennedy on the Phinney Parkinson's podcast, which I'm super honored to have been invited to talk with these wonderful, lovely ladies about sex and Parkinson's. And I'm going to post in the description down below once that link is ready, because I'm doing this a few days ahead of time. But yeah, it would be great if you checked it out. You should check out the podcast anyways. They do, they've got other discussions. They did one on grief that really resonated with me. They're amazing women if you don't know them. Phinney is an awesome foundation if you don't know about them. So check that out. I will put the link once it's available down below, but search Phinney Parkinson's podcast. And the next thing I want to mention is, and this is where the right to have sex care, the inspiration for this video is coming from, because I wrote an essay on my Substack called The Dill Pickle. And sex and Parkinson's, so the Dill Pickle is about sex, love, and Parkinson's, relationships, and those types of topics. The tougher things to discuss, or the more challenging things to discuss, or the subjects that you just don't really see that much about, I write about. And like I've said in the past, I do some videos about it, about the subject, but I find it easier to write about it. And the inspiration behind it was kind of like, what's your pickle? What's your problem? You know, it's a Chicago thing. You're welcome to like email me if you have any questions. You can be anonymous. I won't share that with anybody, but if there's like a subject that you would like to have written about or discussed, yeah, just email me. Self-promotion now. This is my shirt. I haven't worn this in a while, but I think it's pretty cool. And on my website, I've got shirts, I've got coffee mugs. This is a Turing pattern. There's a cool story about the Turing pattern, but it's kind of reminiscent of our brain. It's like the patterns on the brain. So I went with this shirt, but okay. So the right to have sex care. I wrote this essay on June 30th, and I was blown away. And like, these are the subjects that I love tackling or discovering, because I was clueless, just like when I feel like, not like I know everything, but you know, I feel like I know a lot, but it's just like, how could I not have known this? This blew me away. I came across this article in the UK Guardian, and it was basically kind of like, it was like sex around the world, like what's going on in the sex culture or sex world around the world, and so in different places. So this was in Australia, and basically the government, their health system, pays for sex care for people with disabilities. And I found this so fascinating, and I loved it, to be honest with you. I think that sex work should be legalized, and there are some provinces, I guess, or whatever they're called in Australia, where sex work has been legalized. So in the article that I wrote called "The Right to Have Sex Care: Taxpayer Subsidized Sex Services for People with Disabilities," yes, I'm all for it. They interview this woman named Susan. She's a paraplegic in a wheelchair, and she has a gentleman that she meets named Samuel. He provides a boyfriend experience, and this is what he had to say about their meetings. He said that she is glamorous and funny, and over the past year we have become close. We start with a long talk on her motel balcony, and I'll arrange a platter of fruit and cheese for us to snack on. Some male sex workers take 1 hour bookings, but my average is 4 hours. My specialty is the boyfriend experience. I provide conversation, food, drink as well as sex. And from her perspective, this is what she said. She said she was single again at 56. I didn't feel hopeful about meeting another man. Trying to date as a wheelchair user makes you very vulnerable. If I go home with someone and he takes advantage of me, I can't run away or fight back. This is me. Susan is not the first disabled person I have heard this from. As a woman with Parkinson's, I understand her fear. And this of course isn't going to be for everybody, because not everybody is going to want these types of services. But for people who are disabled and would like them, why not? I mean, people with disabilities face enormous challenges. Many are of the kind most of us don't think about. For example, not everyone has the physical ability to masturbate, yet can still reach orgasm. To have a professional sex worker step in and provide this level of intimate care for those of us who want it is a good thing. And there's actually an organization called Touching Base that offers training for sex workers and workshops for disability service providers. And it was interesting to come across this story, and apparently Australia is not the only one. And then not everybody provides sex. So there's another interview with a woman named Nina who doesn't provide any type of oral sex or sexual activity at all. For her, it's all about making the person that, her clients feel loved. So she does like naked holding, massages, she offers those types of services. And she said also too, she's not like, it's not like, it's time to change your diaper. It's not that kind of nursing care that people, are used to. So it's something different, and a human connection that people might not have. So I thought I'd share this essay. There's a lot more in the essay, of course, than I'm able to convey in this video, but that's an example of what I write about in the dill pickle. And I thought this would make a good video as well. It's like, what do you think out there, my people with Parkinson's? And there's actually a name for it. It's called sex assistance, which is fabulous, I think. So as always, I'd love to hear from you, and what are your thoughts? What do you think about something like that? I'm all for it, and you can argue your reasons why you'd be against it, but I love coming across things that kind of stop me and just make me think for a little bit, like why are we not doing something like that here? Like today was it today or was it yesterday? God, it's all blurry. But I think it was yesterday. The opening ceremonies for the Olympics were going on, and they had the train arson stuff that go on. But those trains, they go 190 miles an hour. And I'm just like, we know the reasons why, we don't have them in this country. The auto industry, the oil industry is incredibly powerful in this country. But it's just 190 miles an hour. I couldn't get over that. But those are the things that are going on elsewhere in other countries. And yet, for some reason, we don't have them here. And it kind of drives me crazy. So as always, I'd love to hear from you guys, what you think, and That's what I write about. Those are like, that's just one example of my Substack. You should take a look at some of the other titles. And yeah, thank you for watching.